Theo Musk when we finally saw the Starship land on the moon. It had already completed its first journey and was prepared for spaceflight, but now SpaceX is prepared to launch the Starship 24 with Rocket 7. Are all of the tests required for the Starship's launch completed? Join us today to learn more about what exactly happens at SpaceX. Welcome back to another exciting video from Informative Scoop. Today's video is about crazy plans, SpaceX's preparations for 33 Raptor engine ignition. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. SpaceX has completed the largest and most potent launch vehicle ever fully assembled in our time by stacking 2 stages of its next-generation Starship rocket for the first time in more than 6 months. The Starship 24 has been undergoing repairs, and SpaceX is set to launch it into orbit on Rocket 7, where it will likely land. The video posted today shows that SpaceX is getting ready for its first mission journey. Elon Musk must carry out his end of the deal with NASA by sending astronauts to the lunar surface. For this reason, they are getting the Starship ready for takeoff. It looks amazing when Ship 24 and Booster 7 are stacked on top. In other words, Ship 24 will be stacked on top of Booster 7, while Ship 20 will be beneath Booster 7. Now that the launcher has been refilled, SpaceX is ready to send the spacecraft into orbit for the first time. Despite our confidence in the flight's success, SpaceX must complete several tests before deciding whether to send the Starship 24 into orbit. Cryogenic experiments before its debut test of the super heavy Starship 24 underwent several cryogenic proving tests. More significantly, however, Ship 24 completed several static fire tests. Each served as a wet practice run for the liquid methane and liquid oxygen propellant booster and passed many cryogenic proof tests. In that regard, it's unlikely that SpaceX was worried about either prototype's capacity to finish any additional tests beyond the automated confirmation that the incredibly big rocket is powerful enough to sustain a completely laden Starship, which was almost surely not in question. The orbital test flight pair for SpaceX is still under development. The same models will be fixed and returned to the launch pad for a relaunch if anything unfortunate occurs and both fail. Ship 24 completed a 6-engine static fire test, while Booster 7 achieved a 33-engine spin primordial milestone. As the launch date draws near, employees get several Starships ready for upcoming launches. After the placement of Booster 7 on the orbital launch platform, significant development at the Starship Florida launch site is almost complete. The stage was prepared for a dual test campaign with its partner Ship 24. With 2 3-engine spin primes, Booster 7 began the test of 33 engines. It was highly anticipated that Booster 7 would pass the 33-engine spin prime test. On July 11th, when they had tried it, they discovered that the fuel-air mixture had exploded, that a few things needed to be repaired, and that the engine cooling system had been modified. The new engine cooling now collects and dumps the methane utilized to reduce the temperature of the Raptor engine in a pit away from the elm. Although not particularly elegant, this approach has effectively avoided the fuel-air mixture problem that caused the blast during the 33-engine spin prime test. Remember to give the video a like. This system assures SpaceX to finish at least a portion of the pre-launch, albeit it is still being determined if it will stay in place until launch. On September 12th, a 33-engine spin prime test was run, which perfectly reproduces the test run on September 8th. SpaceX crews usually do a few of these complete engine spin primes before starting more demanding testing. This is so that the best course of action can be chosen using the information these tests results reveal. That evening, a 6-engine static fire test on Ship 24 ignited a grass fire that the Cameron County Fire Department put out. One of the duties necessary to extinguish this fire entailed lighting the grass in front of the building. This was a common way to put out. The company is, nevertheless, ready for a very busy launch schedule. Teams are currently getting ready for tests that will take place in 30 days. Ideally, they would prefer to carry out the planned cryogenic proof test just after the first orbital mission. Other systems are being investigated, and the vehicle is also undergoing standard maintenance. Over the coming weeks, the vehicle will receive the necessary additions to have it ready for cryogenic proof. At the launch site, testing of Ship 25 is likely to start soon. Suppose SpaceX intends to launch Ship 25 and Rocket 8 right after the initial orbital mission. While most of these tests are successful, others are deliberately botched to examine various test causes and failure mechanisms and continue creating Raptor 2 models with greater power. However, one query does come up. Are all of these developments sufficient for humans to reach Mars? SpaceX's CEO and founder want to establish a metropolis on Mars. Thus, he is working to send his Starship spacecraft there. He predicted that his goal would be attained between 2024 and 2026 in his initial comments regarding this from December 2020. There have been several difficulties for Musk and SpaceX, including the lawsuit. Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin sued NASA, a U.S. aerospace transportation company. NASA awarded SpaceX a multi-million-dollar contract to develop. This case is based on a Starship. Musk has yet to give up on any projects truly. The landing of people on Mars has only been delayed by 3 despite some of the difficulties SpaceX has faced. Musk said on Twitter that 2029, exactly 60 years after the first lunar landing in 1969, would be the new goal date for the first human landing on Mars. Starship has already made several successful high-altitude flights without venturing into space. The spacecraft is designed to transport people to the moon's surface for NASA and eventually to Mars infrastructure in orbit. The Starship factory being built by SpaceX in Florida is being built quickly. The Starship Launch Complex 39A's launch tower is almost built. The final element is currently prepared for lifting and installation. The ship's chopsticks, cute arm, and carriage system are all almost finished and may soon be moved. This is a good development since it means that SpaceX will get the Mechazilla tower ready to receive Rocket 7 when it arrives from orbit while they test the Starship. However, work on the launch complex tank farms is moving rather quickly. At LC-39A, the subcool is in place, and by 2023, more than half of the work on the cryogenic LOX tank between the launch tower and the main ramp will be finished. After much effort, SpaceX intends to land the Starship on the moon. But there is a snag. Musk and SpaceX will engage in a go-between battle. The issue that SpaceX must now deal with is the US government, which still needs to recognize SpaceX as a business capable of boosting the US economy. Biden must come to his senses and recognize Elon Musk as a vital asset to the United States. One day the entire world will honor SpaceX. As a result, the Biden administration needs to start referring to SpaceX as a huge organization that will carry the United States to Mars and beyond. There is a method for the US government to acknowledge Musk and SpaceX. That is if Biden asks that Musk Starlink in after Musk helps him with anything. The rivalry between these two is well known. Musk versus Biden is one of the most contentious topics on the internet and on social media sites like Twitter. Biden has long been against Tesla, and Musk has consistently accused him of opposing Tesla's policies. Last month, Musk offered protesters in Iran a free internet connection. According to the US State Department, the US will also try to help Iranians. Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet service, was immediately activated by Musk. He said that all he had to do to get Iranian protesters online was build specialized terminals in Iran that could pick up the signals. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.